Hey guys, how are you? How you doing? And welcome back to another episode of the Sorare Road to Glory. My name is Josh, and this is a big episode. That first Premier League streak that we were trying to attack, did we manage to hit it? You will find out very shortly. As you can see on the screen, a little bit different of an intro. We have officially become a Sorare partner, and that is thanks to you guys from the bottom of my heart. So thank you so much for all the support on the channel so far. We do have a brand new affiliate link down in the description. So if you guys want to check that out, if you haven't played Sorare before, sign up and you'll earn yourself some free market credits, and it helps me out as well. But let's jump into today's video. We do have our first ever collab on the channel out right now. Flindle kindly invited us across to his channel. We did an episode of Budget Battles, as you can see here. It was a great episode. He's a lovely guy, so if you haven't, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to him as well if you're not already. But let's get into what you guys are here for, which is the Road to Glory, the Premier League, and everything that we have planned for the gallery in the coming week before the next episode. So we've got a fair bit to talk about later on, but let's focus on our lineups from this week first. So as you can see, we're going to go best to worst in the Premier League. So starting at the worst at 318 points, it's not going to be too bad. So our Crystal Palace boys, as you can see, Henderson with a clean sheet, Sarr with a clearance off the line. Mateta did okay in the actual game, but not for Sorare scoring-wise. And Eze's disallowed free kick kept us under the points total we need. However, it did pick us up a nice 500 XP, so we'll be using that on our players to get them higher up for next week. And then we had this team, maybe the most disappointing team of all after such a great start. Haaland was captain, bagged us 2 goals. Ait-Nouri, 92 AA without a decisive. He is going to be an absolute monster if we can beat the Pep Roulette this year. Saka, a disappointing performance. Palmer, the same against Palace. And then Pickford conceding that controversial goal from the penalty given away by Tarkowski. And Duncan Disorderly will not be very happy about it. But then let's move across to a team which did get us the streak for the Premier League. So we are heading into week 2, and I'm super excited for it. There's going to be a couple of changes for that and the gallery itself. But looking at this team, Bizzo with a fantastic clean sheet. He did have to make a few saves, and I do think if Newcastle had a striker, they probably would have won that game. Bruno Fernandes eating his AA for breakfast as always, like we mentioned in the last episode. Tielemans did struggle to get into the game against Newcastle. Cody Gakpo with that trademark cutting on the right foot, bend it round. He managed to get that. And Kirkes struggling a bit on Liverpool debut, but he still did good enough for us. So with that, we also win 510 Essence, 500 XP, and obviously Essence is fantastic, especially being Premier League. And then our best performing Premier League team from this week was our Liverpool lineup, 375 points. And we aren't going to be able to claim the streak in this episode because I did claim it after the Liverpool game, because this team has only sat on 362 points and I didn't want to get opted down. Instead, we got opted up. Virgil got given, I think it was something like 7 points. Salah with that huge clutch goal at the end of the game to make it 4-2 for us. And Ekitike, absolutely magical. He's somehow so tall yet so agile on his feet, and he looks like he's going to be an absolute class pickup for us. And if you're an Arsenal fan, he's already being compared to Enquiries. We all knew it was going to happen, and currently is 1-0 to Ekitike in the league. But let's get into the rest of our lineups then. So we had our Ligue 1 lineup, which we did end up cancelling. I wasn't happy with it. I was probably never content with it anyway. Backward did start on the bench, but came on, got an assist. We had a DMP in there, and Diouf and Bard lost their clean sheet in the 90th minute. We then have our La Liga team. This one is for tonight. I will definitely be watching the Madrid game, and if you're watching this before the Madrid game, let me know your prediction down in the comments. But Sergio Herrera, we need him to get us 46 points to hit that second Liga streak, which will be huge for our gallery with some of the changes that are happening. But we need a huge performance from him. I expect Real Madrid to score, but I need this man to make some saves. And there was a bit of controversy with Jose Gaya and a last man tackle. Pepelu was awarded it. Gaya more of a clearance, and Harry Trades, I think, would be the biggest person to ask about that. But Raba got us a goal. Pepe with an assist. Sorry, Pepe also got us an assist. And then Lucian also got us a goal, who has been linked with Man United today. So that is going to be an interesting one to watch out for. But we need that for the $50 streak. We're currently getting 510 Essence and 500 XP as well. Our JPL lineup, and these are some of the changes that are going to be coming. Didn't do anything for us really. Gets us 500 XP, which is nice, but that is all that wrote this weekend. Our Eredivisie streak carries on, and we have Berghuis. He his AA score was fantastic, drew 2-all. He was really the only player in that attacking line that did so. Cassius, another good signing for us. We picked him up for really cheap at the start of the season. We did captain Verdonkel, unfortunately they conceded. Kretaz managed to get some AA, and Linde with his 43. That game did get suspended for a little while as well. But we finished 325th, 351 points, which gets us on to the third streak, which means we can go for $50 next week. 510 essence because of our vault score, and 500 XP in the other lineup, getting us 500 XP. And then the final lineup, apart from our classic, was a contender lineup. Burke Rissa, genuinely, I think has been one of my favourite pickups of the season. Picked him up for about £2 when he left the MLS, and he has scored fantastically for Molde ever since. As you can see here, he's still cheap enough if you're looking for an in-season contender card. And then the rest of the boys doing great. Sergio Dominguez, since he left Barcelona, has done fantastically. Lavaja was on the bench, surprisingly, but Levesic with another clean sheet. If you have a look at this, what a machine. 4 in a row now, and another good fixture coming up for him. And Jesse Benet with an assist. Picking us up some essence and XP. And then the Palace boys in champion, picking us up some essence right now, and Arena some XP. So that is all that wrote. And then we will look at our midweek lineups. So what we have with our midweek is we've got 2 Crystal Palace teams, and looking at them on paper, the one on the left is going to be the safest one. So that's this one here. So let's have a look at it, shall we? So we've got Henderson in goal. I do think there is a rotation risk with Benitez. However, not in the qualifiers. Palace will want to be in the competition. Richards and Munoz, I think, will start. The midfield, there is a rotation risk, but I'm pretty set it will be these two. And then we've gone Sarr and Mateta with Sarr as captain. And then this one is a risky lineup, which I am happy to cancel and play Arena if I need to. But as a, obviously, link to Tottenham, huge links. We have got a little while till the deadline. We've got 5 hours, 43 minutes right now. So I'll be looking out for news. But Glasner said if he's in the Palace squad, he'll be playing. And the same for Mark Guay. So I've risked them in there as well. And obviously that lineup could do fantastically if it does end up playing for us. Palace with a really good home matchup against Fredrikstad. And they'll be looking to get into the Europa Conference League. Now, as we do look at the gallery, this week we did pick up $25 from the Premier League streak. We picked up $10 from the Eredivisie and $6 from our starting contender streak. So that's about £30. And as you can see, we only have £6.40 in the wallet at the moment. And there are reasons for that, which are above this. I'm not going to show you them right now because I'm saving that for the next episode. We've got a couple more players to bring in, a couple of changes to make. But this is what I want to speak to you guys about. This is the Sorare Road to Glory. As you know, I'm a Liverpool fan. I've got a soft spot for Crystal Palace. They're the collections I have, plus a couple of other teams. We ended up going quite big on the other leagues, which I never had the intention to do. And now I'm looking at it, I think I want to scale it back a bit to what I enjoy. And that's what I'm doing with my Premier League teams. What I'm doing with them is Bukayo Saka and Cole Palmer aren't my favourite players. I'm not going to make a secret of it. I want to bring in players that I enjoy watching, that I've always enjoyed. And I want to get them back in the gallery because that's what Sorare is about. It's about fun. I watched nearly every Premier League game that I could watch this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday. And I love it. And there's certain players that you just watch and you just think, wow. For instance, I know this is a Room 1 team, but Kudus, we've picked him up. He was fantastic on the weekend for Tottenham. Really good addition down that right-hand side. And if Eze does leave and join Tottenham, then we end up with a great link in there. But as you can see, we've ended up picking up a lot of Eredivisie, a lot of JPL and everything. And I do want to play these leagues. But the budget got a little bit out of hand, which is okay to say. I got a bit carried away in the FOMO and everything. And I did win some streaks in there and things. But I think while their prices are still high enough, I want to try and reclaim back some of that investment from the first place. So I am still going to be playing the Eredivisie, the JPL, Contender and Challenger. Challenger will be left untouched because the Heart stack I'm really happy with. And I think they're going to have a great season. But as we look through the cards here, you can see we have a lot of mix and match. We have vaulted a lot of cards as well, but we've got a lot of players worth a fair chunk of money, it has to be said, in these leagues. You know, you've got 20, 15, 20, £15 players all over the shop. And I always said to myself, if I'm going to play these JPL, Eredivisie, the budget needs to be about £25, £30, maybe a tiny bit more. And obviously when you win a goalkeeper off wheel spins, it really does help. But looking through, we have got a really good level of quality in the Premier League, especially because that is our main league, and then we are going to be moving into another league in a big way. But we've then got a heart stack, which is a great thing for us, apart from a Celtic stack, obviously. But I'm not McBride or Quinney, and I don't have that level of funds to be going and spending that on them. But we've then got our Palace collection, our Liverpool collection. I'm really happy with it. So we are going to scale that back, and we're going to look to do that before the next episode so that we can carry on our streaks for next weekend. We may use the NEC players in the Eredivisie for this weekend because we do have a big chance of getting $50 because they've got a great matchup, and then we might look to move them on after that. But there are going to be some galleries shifting about and some players moving, but I'm really excited for that. So moving on from that, we then have a giveaway from the last video to celebrate hitting 200 subscribers, and I cannot thank you guys enough for the support on this channel. If you do want to get involved in that, all you need to do is go into the last episode, type out your Sorare username, subscribe to the channel and like the video, and I'll be picking the winner of this in 2 days time for the next episode. So you've still got a couple of days to get involved if you did want to. But the Sorare side of things, the gamifying, the wheel I've been enjoying. I've been enjoying these daily missions, everything like that. And we have a chance this weekend for Challenger. We can go for $50. And Hearts have a good matchup at home to Motherwell. We've then got the Premier League. I'm going to use the Bundesliga as an example. We'll be going for $50 this weekend if we can get 380 points. And I do think the players in the gallery, plus a couple of the changes that we're going to make, which you'll find out in the next episode, it's going to be like a team reveal all over again. I'm so excited for it. And then we can move on to this big one. The middle one, $250 would be huge, but we've got to get past this step first. So let's focus on that, and then we can get excited for it. But that is our hot streaks. We've then got the daily missions, which we've been playing, the gallery, which we've been playing, and now obviously becoming a Sorare partner as well is something that it blows my mind and is beyond my wildest imagination. But that is going to be the end of today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and for all the support. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Did you hit your streaks this weekend? And what is your plan for this coming weekend? And I'll catch you boys in the next episode for them gallery changes. See you then.